Hey YouTubers, good morning, this is Robb Moffett. Guys, this week we're going to make a bag, an underwater bag for our Kindle Fire. It's not something I've seen anybody else do on Amazon or YouTube, which always makes me happy. Like I said, I bought a Kindle Fire a couple weeks ago, and I'm just thrilled to death with it. I'm having so much fun. You can do so much with it I didn't really know you could do. You can send email, you can surf the web, you can download movies and music. I knew that. What surprised me is it has a really neat camera, video in still. So I said, let me mess around with this some more, and I made a bag. You can use it to film underwater with your Kindle. I haven't seen anybody else do that. It's going to be fun. Now, as a little hack, you could also use a Ziploc bag with a dual zipper, which is pretty secure. You won't be able to take very good pictures or video with it because it's not very clear. I'll do a video next week showing you what kind of video you can get with a Ziploc bag. I thought this would be fun to make a bag with a clamp, be sealed. You could take it down snorkeling, and you get really good pictures and video with the clear lens we're going to put on there. So here's the material list you'll need of stuff to make the bag, and it's a fairly simple project. You're just going to take PVC 1/2 inch and cut it, make it nice and smooth and even, and then you're going to go out. I recommend you buy the lens. They're really cheap and they're difficult to make and saw without getting them melted on the edges. So just buy an inexpensive plastic acrylic lens, 1/2 inch. And to attach it, my preference is 3M5200, but I didn't have any on hand, so I used the shoe goop. We're going to be using hot glue to attach the lens to the bag, but we're not going to use a glue gun. We're going to use something else. Now, before you get started, you want to make your little circle to show where you're going to be placing your lens. And then you're going to take a paper towel and wet it with some Windex or water, put inside your bag, because when we add the hot glue to the outside, we don't want to melt through to the bottom. Now, what we're going to do with the hot glue is not use a gun. We're going to put some glue sticks in a pan or a can and melt it. The reason we're doing that is because we get the hot glue all over the PVC in a uniform manner very quickly and allow it to sit in that pan for half a minute and get very, very hot. So when we put the PVC onto the bag, it'll be hot enough to almost melt. That's a secret to getting PVC to attach to polyethylene bags with hot glue. If you don't get them hot enough, they won't stick. If you get them too hot, they'll melt and warp. And if you get them all around, the edges will be uniform and you get a nice tight seal. So you can also attach the lens to the PVC and put a piece of tape on there, and that way easy for you to control. Or you can do it without the lens attached and just use tweezers or needle nose to pull them out of the glue. There's different ways you can do it. Both ways are good. If you put the lens on though first, you have to peel back the bag and cut it from the back, which in a way is good because there's less likelihood of you cutting the bottom of the bag. If you don't have the lens on the top and you come down from the top to cut out the plastic bag, you could cut the back of the bag unless you put a piece of wood inside to protect it. So there's two different ways you can attach. Like I said, you want to use the hot glue in the pan and melt it to where it's almost smoking, and then put the PVC in for about 30 seconds. And after you do that, if you haven't already attached your lens, go ahead and do it with the shoe goop or 3M5200. And then you're going to make your little clamp. Clamp is anything that's stiff and sturdy. It won't bend. You want hardwood or plastic or metal. I use some starboard, which is a very stiff plastic, and then I put a piece of strip of neoprene foam in the inside, so when the bolts compress the clamp, it presses down on the plastic, makes a real nice tight watertight seal for the bag. You can take it down 6-10 feet for snorkeling. And before you put your Kindle in your bag, you want to test it by rolling up the bag and squeezing it underwater to see if you get any bubbles coming out. And if you don't get any bubbles coming out, you did a pretty good job and you're ready to go. Put your Kindle in there and attach your clamp and put a float on there, so if something happens, you're out there in the bay or the river, it goes overboard, you won't lose it. This is something different. I haven't seen anybody else do, guys. I think you're going to enjoy this. Next week, I'll put another video on with the Ziploc bag. I'll show you what kind of videos you get without putting any lens on at all. And also, I think I'll mess around making a really inexpensive lens out of a piece of plastic sheet acetate, see what we can do and attach it to the Ziploc bag. It's for people who are even lazier. Don't want to go to all this trouble. Guys, hope this something inspire you to get out there and do something and to make something on your own. And I got about 400 videos, put more stuff on every week. And hope you liked the video and come back and watch more. It was fun. And I can't recommend the Kindle enough. I've got a link to Kindle Amazon on below my video. Check it out. They're $49. I don't know how much longer they're going to be $49. They're a really good bargain. The amount of things you can do with the Kindle, I was really surprised. I think I'm going to make a few more things for the Kindle. This isn't going to become the Kindle channel. I'll be making other videos soon, but I think in the next few weeks I'm going to be making stuff just on the Kindle. It's so much fun. Guys, thanks a lot for watching, and see you out there.